everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make the wolf ears from the game Among Us, or what I like to call them, Corpse's cat ears. And as you can see here, I made the corpse character, so if you guys want to learn how to make this, just keep watching. So I'm going to start by making the point that goes in the middle of the ears, that goes down like onto the face shield. So you're going to do a chain of 9. So the yarn I'm using here is actually a weight 3, and I suggest using a weight 4 because it was just really hard to work with it with the size needle that I used, and I think a weight 4 would have been much better. So next what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, preparing for a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. Then from here you're going to double crochet in each stitch across, and you should have 8 double crochets in total, and that's including the other chain that we skipped, like the one at the end. Once you're finished, we're going to start on the 2nd row, so you're just going to turn your work and you're going to put a single crochet in that top stitch directly. You're not going to chain 1 or anything. You're going to put a single crochet and then a chain 1 on top of that, and that counts as a double crochet for this row. And then you're going to just double crochet in each stitch across. Now again, once you get to this end here, you want to make sure to add a double crochet because this counts as one of the double crochets, and you'll still have 8 double crochets in the 2nd row. And then you're just going to repeat this for another row. So you're going to do the same thing, single crochet on this top stitch with a chain 1 and double crochet down this row. Once you're finished, your piece should look like a little square like this, and you're just going to tie it off and cut off a tail for sewing onto the Crewmate. So the way you want to position this on the Crewmate is you want a point to be facing down like this, and you just want to sew it like that, and the sides don't have to be perfect because the ears are going to cover these sides. So you just want to sew this on, and then we'll work on the ears. Also keep in mind, yeah, this is a very complex design because I really didn't know how else to make it. I just really wanted the wolf ears and I came up with this, so just be aware that there is a lot of sewing. So we're going to work on the inner details of the ear first to get those out of the way. So with your black yarn again, you want to do a chain of 3. Once you have your 3 chains, you're going to yarn over and prepare for a double crochet and double crochet into the first chain of that row, I guess, and then you're going to add another double crochet in that same chain. again, right here, this chain on the end counts as a double crochet, so you should have 3 right now. And we're going to start on row 2. So you're going to turn your work and you're going to do the single crochet and chain 1, and that counts as a double crochet, and you're going to do a double crochet in that same chain. So there should be 2 in the end, and that counts as an increase. And then on the next one you should put 1 double crochet, and at the end you're going to put 2 double crochets. Once you're done with that, your piece should look like a little triangle, and from here you want to just tie it off and cut off a tail for sewing. Also, you want to repeat this pattern to make 2, and that goes for the rest of the ear pieces that I'm going to show you. Now moving on to the lighter part of the wolf ears, you're going to just do the exact same thing you did in the previous piece, but you're just going to add another row of increases. So I'll show you guys how to do that once you make the exact same triangle from before. So once you have the same triangle, you're going to turn your work and you're going to do another increase row. So again, do the single crochet and chain 1 and another double crochet in that same stitch, double crochet until you reach the last one, and you're going to put 2 in the last one. And that's basically it for this. You just cut it off with a long tail for sewing, and you want to make 2. Also, this is how the pieces should look like, and the black one is going to sit on top of the brown one like this. Now we're going to move on to making the actual ear. So you're going to make a chain of 7. Once you have your chain of 7, you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and down the row, and you should have 6 stitches in total. Now on the last stitch, you're going to add 2 more single crochets so that you have 3 in that end. And when you do that, you should be turning to the other side of the chain, and you're going to put a single crochet in each of the next stitches across the other side. What I mean by this is you'll see on the other side there are the little loops here on the other side, so you can just put a single crochet in each of that, and you should have I think 6. Yeah, you should have 6 on the other side, and then you're going to just slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made in the beginning. Now usually we increase here, but since we're trying to make the shape of one point only being that point, we're just going to slip stitch directly. So now we're going to start on row 2, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Now on the 7th stitch, which is your middle stitch, you're going to add 3 single crochets in that one stitch. And just remember, your second stitch in this one is the middle one, so you can actually put a stitch marker there if you want to make sure you're increasing on the right one. And now you're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches on this side and slip stitch into the first stitch that you made on the row. Now for the third row, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to single crochet in the next 7 stitches. And then on that 8th stitch or your middle stitch, you're going to add 3 single crochets. Single crochet in the next 7 stitches on the other side and slip stitch back into the first stitch you made. Now for the last row, you're going to chain 1 again and you're going to single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Then put 3 single crochets in the 9th stitch. Single crochet into the next 8 stitches and slip stitch into the first stitch that you made. Now once you're done, you can see that your piece should be only increasing at one point and the other side is flat. So this is going to be the top of our wolf ear. So now you can just tie off your yarn and cut off a tail for sewing. Now we're going to assemble the ears. So you're going to take your brown piece and your black piece right here, and you're going to align the top points together and just kind of eyeball the sides. So you're going to start from the sides and work your way up to the top and make sure your points are aligned and everything should be good. And just leave a bit of space so that you can stuff your ears for stuffing. So when you align your top points, this is how one of your pieces should look like. It should start forming a triangle, and it's going to sit like this on the black part. The brown piece is going to sit like this. So you just want to continue sewing, making sure to leave that bottom edge for stuffing. So once you're done stuffing it, you can just sew this end closed and tie it off and cut off your yarn. This is how your piece should look like so far. It should just look like a puffy triangle. Now we're just going to sew on the small black portion, and that one we sewed last just so that we can hide, I guess, the brown part, because you can see on the bottom that I sewed it with brown. I guess I was just trying to hide it with the black. So you're just going to sew this on like normal. And make sure to sew it onto the brown part as well. Once you're done sewing that on, you can just cut off your yarn, making sure that you still have that tail end from the other piece. Now you can just make another one so you have a set of ears. I already sewed the other one on, but I'll show you guys how to sew this one. So the way you want it to sit is you want the inner black piece to line up with the edge of the this point that's facing down. So you want to just sew this on, make sure it's facing up, not sideways. So it's going to sit kind of like this. It is going to slant when you sew it on, but you want to make sure to sew it straight. Just keep adjusting it so to make sure that you're actually sewing it in the right direction, because there was a few times where I had to remove the whole thing and actually redo it because it was sitting in a wrong position. So just make sure you keep looking at how you're sewing it, because literally one wrong stitch and it looks like something else. To sew the ears on straight in the inside, you're actually just going to sew right here to here. Once you're done sewing it and tucking in your ends, your ear should look like this. It should be sticking straight up, and you want to just do the same thing for the other ear. Unfortunately, I already did it, but it's the exact same process. And now you should have your very own cat ears for your crewmate. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it easy to follow through. My little corpse plush is actually just sitting on my desk right now, and it's so adorable. So I hope you guys can make your own too. Please be sure to subscribe for more crochet tutorials every week. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!